Welcome back to Alien Agenda, and in this episode, we're diving into what might be the most widely witnessed UFO event in U.S. history, the Phoenix Lights. Unlike Roswell or the more recent Tic Tac incident, this event was observed over several hours by civilians, police, and even pilots, including actor Kurt Russell. We'll also look at the extensive investigations led by Lynn D, who documented sightings both before and after the event. Was it military flares, mass hysteria, or something truly unexplainable? Stay tuned as we unravel the mystery of the Phoenix Lights. Here's Colonel G.
Hi folks, it's Colonel Gene again with Alien Agenda. Today we're going to take a look at something that hasn't got as much attention as some others, but which actually has been seen by more people in the United States than any other UFO sighting, including Roswell in 1947, as well as the Tic Tac sighting over the Pacific in 2004 with the naval exercise. This incident is dubbed the Phoenix Lights. The sighting started on the evening of March the 13th, 1997 in parts of California and New Mexico, before moving southeast toward Nevada and ending up over Phoenix, Arizona. Tens of thousands of people witnessed the glowing orbs in the sky over parts of these four states. And as I said, it is believed that more people saw this incident than any other, either before or since. As the sightings began over California and New Mexico, they drifted across, and the first detailed reports came from Henderson, Nevada, before 8 p.m. About 20 minutes later, reports from police officers who saw the orbs in South Henderson came in. Somewhere between 8:10 and 8:20 p.m., the lights moved over the Phoenix airport and remained stationary for about 45 minutes. The lights were reported to be in a V shape, and they said that the spacecraft was huge. Some claimed that the spaceship was about the size of a battleship, while others claimed it was over a mile across. At about 10 p.m., a second sighting was observed, but this time the sighting was 6 orbs in a straight line. Pictures were taken of the sightings at 10 p.m., which clearly show these glowing orbs in the sky hanging there stationary. There was no sound or any indication of propulsion systems. At the time of the sightings, and for some time thereafter, March 1997, the governor of Arizona, Fife Symington, poked fun at this incident, even though he himself observed the lights on that evening. 10 years later, he put out one of his aides dressed as an alien to spoof the incident in March 1997. Later, however, Symington reversed his story and claimed that at the time he didn't acknowledge what he saw because he did not want to create a panic. He was later quoted as saying, quote, "I am a pilot, and I know about almost every machine that flies. It was bigger than anything I've ever seen. It remains a great mystery. Other people saw it, reasonable people. I don't know why there is such ridicule of it," end quote. Symington was captain in the Air Force and said that what he observed on March the 13th in 1997 over Phoenix was an alien spacecraft. At the time, the Air Force claimed that what people saw was a training exercise by the Air Force Air National Guard that was dropping flares over a range near Luke Air Force Base. As with many of the government explanations, it did not seem to conform to what people observed. First, the lights hovered in the sky for an extended period of time and then departed at an extreme rate of speed. Flares do not behave anything like what the observers saw. In addition, the Air Force claimed the National Guard exercise began at 9 p.m. when people began sawing the lights before 8 p.m. in several other states and between 8:10 and 8:20 p.m. over Phoenix. Finally, flares that would have been dropped over the Luke Air Force Base would not have been observable in the other 3 states. This was at a time when the government was in denial, like the weather balloon story that was concocted to explain away the Roswell crash in 1947. On March the 13th, Kirk Russell, a lifelong partner of Goldie Hawn, who was a pilot, was flying his son Oliver into Phoenix to see the son's girlfriend. Kirk said, quote, "As I approached the airport, I saw lights over the airport arranged in a uniform V shape," end quote. He claimed they were stationary, just hovering in place without a sound. The most extensive investigation of the Phoenix Light incident was conducted by Lynn D. Catelli, MD, and her husband Frank, who is also a physician. The doctor published her book, The Phoenix Lights, and followed up with a 20-year anniversary edition that contained extensive amounts of data concerning this incident, as well as the pictures that she had taken over the years, including after the incident. The doctor began seeing lights all over Phoenix as early as February the 6th, 1995, which was about 2 years before the incident called the Phoenix Light. The series of lights she saw moved in the sky in the shape of a pyramid. The evening following January 6th, she saw them again, and this time she had her picture and took a shot of what she saw. She indicated that the lights began to disappear, but that she was able to get a picture with two lights, one dimming and one that was very bright and easily visible. On January the 22nd, 1997, at about 8 p.m., the doctor saw what she saw was a huge orb stationary in the sky above Sky Harbor Airport. The following evening, she saw them again and was able to take a video, but her battery ran out after approximately 17 seconds. However, the video clearly shows the objects in the sky. The next morning, the doctor contacted the Arizona Republic newspaper as well as Lake Air Force Base. She was unable to confirm what she saw with either the newspaper or with the officials at the Air Force Base. The doctor saw these same glowing orbs every night for a week and took videos of them, including some on January the 30th. The orbs were very bright and appeared to be much larger than the aircraft that was landing at the airport. On March 4th, the doctor was on her balcony with her husband, and Frank saw a huge orb in the sky. She ran to get her video camera, and as Frank watched the object in the sky, he said something appeared to come out of the top of it. By the time Dr. Catelli had returned with her camera, she saw two glowing orbs in the sky. In addition, the doctor had given his wife a telescope, and when she looked at the orbs through the telescope, she saw this huge glowing sphere, but there was nothing to indicate that it was being suspended like flares, as the Air Force claimed. The doctor was finally able to get the attention of an investigator from the Mutual UFO Network, MUFON, and arranged to meet with the representative on March the 12th, 1997, the day before the incident occurred. She had agreed to share some of the pictures she had taken, beginning in 1995, with the investigator from MUFON. As it turned out, the meeting had to be postponed for 2 days until the 14th, the day after the incident. As it turned out, neither of the doctors saw the Phoenix Light display on March the 13th. She did not even learn that it had taken place until she arrived at the home of the MUFON investigator, who told her about the incident the preceding evening. When the press learned of the doctor's pictures after the March 13th sighting, she became a major story, and her videos appeared in many of the national news networks. Although many certainly saw something in the skies, as it reported in the doctor's 2 books, there is still a lot of controversy as to just exactly what took place on that evening in March 1997. I hope you guys have enjoyed hearing about this sighting that I said was not really reported that much. But it is another example where thousands and thousands of people saw something that seems to indicate that we are not alone. Please tell your friends about Alien Agenda. And if you want to share some of your experiences with our listeners, please contact my publicist, Deborah Wallace, at deborah@pcm.agency. Until the next time, this is Colonel Gene signing off, and keep your eyes on the sky.
In The Aliens Step In, a secret Chinese mission alters the past, forcing the U.S. to intervene, unleashing a chain reaction that draws the attention of an advanced alien race. Commander Sansa Tebek issues a warning: Earth must stop all time travel. But instead of force, he offers a solution: a delegation to planet Galner, where a mysterious gift awaits, one that could change how we understand Earth's history forever. Find out what happens in The Aliens Step In, available now on Amazon and major book retailer. Learn more at GenePablebooks.com.